Clearly seems to be from the 1800s. I don't know. You see that wood? Now, people have been out here in four-wheel drives, so, you know, modern people do come here. This is more recent, obviously. I would say this is the original building, this one. That obviously would have come second. Okay, now this is D. Conde, C-O-N-D-E, 1911-1965. I don't know if that's significant or not. This says F and C. Obviously more recent. I'm going to go down there and inspect this area as part of the reason I'm filming it. That's the Gila River, by the way. I'm coming down from the stone cabins, and believe it or not, this is a wagon trail that was used. You can tell because the rocks will have the telltale marks of being scraped and worn down by the steel wheels. A couple old structures there down below from the stone cabins. Possibly like hunting blinds to sit there, because this was the river. Okay, I think this was the pumping area where they pumped the water up, because there's some heavy steel stuff down here like this. That's not just sitting there, that's down in. And there's also something, this thing here that looks like a shaft or something off of a pump, but that's what I think. I think this was the pumping area where the water went up. Some kind of a square structure. Not very big. This could have been first, and then they could have robbed the rocks. Like, suppose this was 4 feet high. They could have robbed the rocks to do that. A lot of tin cans around with the, you know, the old soldered bottoms. Oh God, that scared me. Remember, I'm snake jumpy right now, so. The snake tongs work good as a hiking stick, and plus it's an extra hand. You can grab things, pull branches out of the way. Now, that certainly was placed there. A lot of old glass. A lot of old glass, like... See, something was there. Oh, look at this. What the hell is that? That's what I call homemade cement. Now here's, see, there's what looks to be a pipe. And look at this old glass. See the pontil bottom? That's what that's called. I think I'll keep that. And this is a neat spot. I'm working over there. The cabin is like right up there. Now this place is too cool to be true. What a gold mine. You know what I think this could have been? A ferry crossing where people crossed over. And they provided water. Look at the square nails. Yeah. Got it. Look at all the square nails. I wonder what this was. You see the wrought iron? You can tell. What a gold mine. I may keep this secret. Or did I already say that? See the wagon trail? They would skitter along trying to stay out of the water. Right along the edge. Up on the edges of the mesa. There wasn't just one trail, there was many. Any way that they could get through. What a gold mine. Another old structure. Imagine all the people that must have sat on that rock. All the cowboys. Maybe Indians. But there's cool stuff. There's the colored glass, broken pottery. You know, sure, I hope I have the big find, a perfect whiskey bottle or something like that. But see, there's an old barrel strap. By the way, if the Indians saw that you had barrels with those straps on them, you wouldn't live to see the next morning, because they used them to make real good quality arrowheads. They also use glass, broken bottles, but those right there would get you killed. Coming up on some good stuff there. That looks like a boiler of some kind. Let's go over and see what it is. There's the smokestack. I think it's a steam donkey. That this would have been the boiler. Yeah, see the pipes? See the inside pipes in there to heat up water? I don't know. I'm kind of guessing. Steel cables. Could this have been an area where they ran out long cables to pull people across if they got stuck? If that's true, then the trail, there has to be a trail on the other side. Some more homemade cement. You know, it's probably known what this is. This is when the snakes come out. See the big pipe coming from it? I'll document it with some pictures. You know, pictures actually work better. Here's what I think. First of all, the burner, let's see, maybe it would have been under there where they burned the stuff. Or maybe it would have been here in the front, and the front is missing. But I think this has to be a ferry crossing, or not a ferry crossing, but a ford point, and that this was a steam engine, a steam donkey, that just simply pulled them across if they couldn't make it, and then they'd get their money. So there has to be a trail over there, because this is the tightest choke point there is, and they would just simply rip them across and pull them across. What else? What else could it be? It has to be. This has to have been a ford point. This crossing here, by the way, would have been from the north coming to the south. It is known there was a trail up there that heads up and cuts up north, directly north, instead of over towards Gila Bend. So you could see where the smokestack was attached. See right there? That's where it was attached. But that's what this is. I'm sure of it. Look at this. I think that's Indian, where they ground stuff. What a cool spot. So now let me look for petroglyphs to see if that is Indian. Metate. Metate is what they're called. See, steel cable. Obviously this wouldn't have stretched all the way across. Maybe this would be the first part and then there was smaller cables. But I mean, what other reason is there for those cables to be there? This had to have been a ford. See, there's the thick cable. That's 1 inch. But see over here? There's 1/2 inch. And over here, that looks like 1/2 inch. But look how much cable there is. You're damn right. They pulled the wagons across. They pulled the goddamn wagons across. Now the cable goes up. What, does it go to an anchor point? Let's go see. This is getting weirder by the minute. Now, a little bit further over, there's this. What in the hell was going on here? Could this have been a cistern for water? Pesky buzzard up there waiting on me. There's kind of an overview of the area. See down there where the trees are, you can see where the actual river was. And it would still be there, except that the water has all been robbed. But there's what certainly has to be a cistern for water. Possibly. There's the steam donkey. See, from Google Earth you can't see it. You can't see the difference in the elevation. But this is up above. This would flood maybe once every 200 years. Okay, but you see, you clearly can see where the river is. I want to point out these nightmares. You see when you start seeing holes like that, see how there's a field of holes? You walk right across, you'll drop down to your waist. And then your shoes are all filled up with bugs. Plus you could be stepping down onto a rattlesnake den. Or you could be killing a bunch of prairie dogs that are down there, or eggs. But these things here, I know now. And I kept gambling with them off and on, but not anymore. No, I stay the hell away. Even if I have to go down on the side of the hill, I don't walk across those things no more. See, I'm down below, working along next to the river, and see the shards of glass, the purple glass. And so that's the secret, is you don't want to be messing around down by the river. It gets flooded, nothing is there. But see this old glass? That proves that people camped and were messing around here, and that also means that it hasn't been washed clean. But the secret is to look for shards of pottery, shards of broken pottery. Seeing among the shade of these trees, you think it's so great, and so you rest. Same old principle. You think it's great, but they wouldn't? Of course they would. See? The snake tongues are good because, for instance, like these sticker bushes, this is mesquite. You can grab and push them out of the way. Grab, push them out of the way, and just walk through. Smartest thing I ever did. A lot of the cans, well, all of them have the soldered bottom. You see, if you want to look under sheet metal or something to see what's there, you grab with your hand, you're going to get bit. You can use these and do what you want. Plus, they're very sturdy. You walk down hills. It's a walking stick with a hand on it. And a handle. This would have been heavily used, this area up here, because it's up away from the water, but it's right up to the edge with shade. These here, some people see every conceivable rock that they think is a pleasing shape and that it was a grinding stone or a hammer stone. If they are, you'll see wear on it. You'll definitely see impact right on the end that's fresh. It won't look ancient, it'll look fresh. You see, there's that post was put there, and this board type thing, I think somebody made a lean-to to get out of the sun. You're going to go out and get a pair of these, aren't you? Just some old bolts. I'm really rubbing it in good about these snake tongs. Also snakes. I mean, that's the whole point. You can also see snakes and do what you want with them. See, this has been affected by floods within the last 120 years because, see, you have very old stuff like that integrated in. You know, a person could come here with a metal detector, but you're just going to be digging up everything. You know, I've tried it. See, the top of this one, you can tell was soldered on, or whatever it was that they did. Here are the killer bees and those mesquite flowers. These are the areas I saw on Google Earth. You can just barely see them, but see how that's been cleared out? So that's pioneer, that's not Indian. That's pioneer, and also the glass identifies it as pioneer. But there's dozens and dozens of these. And so I think a wagon's pulled up, and this is where they rested and recovered, right over from the ford that had water, and they had to let the cattle recover too. As soon as they hit water here, after the long journey, they had to let the cattle kind of get refurbished because they would die, they would drop dead. The ox, they couldn't use horses, they wouldn't make it, they weren't tough enough. See, there's another clearing. You can barely see it, but see how they cleared away the rocks to be able to sleep? And here's another one. See there? Here's some, just showing off my snake tongs again. Here's some broken pottery, or china. And here's see? That's not a blob top, but that to me looks like whiskey. But no, these aren't recent hunting camps. No, these are old, well over 100 years old. I wanted to discover something real time, and have you see it on video actually as I do it, instead of me staging the video. Sorry, my stomach is growling. Anyway, this is a good example of desert pavement. However, sometimes I see it, you literally cannot tell the difference between black asphalt, perfect modern pavement. That's a real good example of it. Pretty good. It looks like an important can, but I can't reach it in a sticker bush. Oh, there it is. MJB, I think. That's the best piece of firewood I ever saw, but I can't reach it. See, there's another trace shape or clearing in the desert varnish. Those rocks probably are recent. But it looks like a rectangle about 10 feet by 30 feet. But I don't know what it is, but if you look at Google Earth, they're all over the place. I just can't see that it's Indian because the intaglios, they did shapes and stuff like that. This isn't. See, that's the old trail I climbed down on my way down from the cabin. You know, they're hard to spot. Actually, they're easier to spot from a distance. Anyway, I'm headed back up. I'm just below the cabins. But see, now you can see the trail better. You just gotta believe me, that's what it is. I know it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what they did. This isn't the best example, but see these scrub marks on there? And I think you can see it there. See there? That's from wagon wheels. If you don't have those, it's not a pioneer trail. Flat out, you have to have it. See? That's what that is. Is it on any of those that they cleared off? No, it's impossible because the wagon wheels were riding up where they cleared off. So those wear marks I'm talking about, you won't see them there. Over on the Oatman Hill, the grooves are actually cut down in 3 inches from the steel wheels hitting. There's a can up there, but I can't reach it. Maybe it's got gold coins in it. Somebody had to put it there. Nothing in it. Anyway, I'm going to head back to the van. These are my snake gloves. And they protect your wrist when climbing from sticker bushes or cutting your way through sticker bushes and stuff like that. They're very supple. They're goat skin. And they're good for snakes. 9 out of 10 bites are on your hand or your wrist or forearms, not your feet. So people wear snake gaiters for their lower legs. Actually, you should be wearing them on your arms. Vulcan Defenders, $10, Harbor Freight. They're TIG welder's gloves. A pretty good discovery. I found a cool Indian spot, possibly undocumented. It's not impossible. But look at all the metates where they ground stuff. There's too many to count. There's another. But what this is, it would have been a water tank or water hole. But see how it's all dried up and brackish. There will be snakes here for sure. But plenty of petroglyphs. I'll take good pictures in case this is an undocumented find because I blundered into it by hiking cross country. because I like to discover stuff. If you're on a trail or road, you can't do that. See, here's a couple more. Real old petroglyphs. Some there, I don't know if you can see them. More over there. I'll take quality photos, so don't worry about the crappy video. There's some more. Oh, this is a great find. There's some more. See them over there? Wow, this is a great find. I'm going to fully document this. O.W. Randall, 1849. That was 2 years before all of Oatman got captured. 1849, the most dangerous time to be in here. And they were in here because of this water hole. This one says something like "O kosher," but it's clearly visible, 1869.